Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world, wherever you are. Welcome to the Wellness Hub. My name is Moni C. And today we have an expert who is an incredible entrepreneur. Her name is Christine Arnholt. She's a national board certified and functional medicine certified health and wellness coach. Thank you, Christine, for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what are you doing right now to help people around the world?
Thank you, Moni. It's so nice to be with your audience, and I really appreciate the invitation to connect with your viewers. So, yes, as you said, I'm a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach. I wasn't always. I was in corporate leadership for almost 30 years. But I've always had this passion for living with vitality and this sort of healthy lifestyle and figuring out how to have as healthy lifestyle as possible, being very busy and always wanting to optimize my health, through a very busy lifestyle. And so when I left corporate America, I decided to go back to school because of course, with marketing and branding and product development and all of that, I did not have all of the science behind what I wanted to know to be able to empower people to feel their best, which is my absolute why. I love doing it. I always tell people I'm doing my most important brand work ever because I was very instrumental in creating a lot of brands for in corporate America. And I look at people like brands, right? We all have different, we're all different, we're all unique, we all have unique attributes. And so how do I support people in being their healthiest, happiest, most powerful expression of themselves? And so that really, kind of came full circle as my why. And what I started doing, I just went back to school. I'd signed up for during the pandemic a bunch of Cornell courses to get all the science behind what I say we know about the amazing human body, because I believe that while we know so much, we've merely scratched the surface. Um, but so I went back to school and then I did a year-long functional medicine coaching course, which went through functional medicine, functional nutrition, mind-body medicine, positive psychology, and then the art and science of coaching. And then I took my national boards. And so fast forward a few years later, I am supporting people. I work with clients one-on-one. I've done, lots of groups with practitioners, supporting their patient communities in, accessing healthy life, the power of healthy lifestyle, let's just say. Because at the end of the day, it's really all about connecting people to their innate power. It's not about me. It's not about me telling somebody what to do. Anybody can Google, what should I do for, whatever, to feel whatever. But we're all different. We're all unique. We all have different genetics. We all have different visions for what we want for ourselves. And so it's really about how do you access your own internal strengths, tie that to your vision, tie that to your power to start making changes. One of my criticisms is think big, start small, feel better.
Yeah,
Vision, behavior, results.
one small step at a time. And what
One
are
small
your,
step at a time.
yeah, and what are your like your clients in general? They're men, women, different ages, or do you have like a specific
I've coached
ranges?
across many different age ranges, men and women. I love working with people who want to optimize their health, who want to show up powerfully in life, no matter what they do. It doesn't mean they have to be like on some fast track career. It's not about that. It's just about wanting to embrace life and live with vitality. And I love working with people who are just powerful that way. And I believe everybody is. Everybody has that power. I've worked with people who actually, have reignited their power and their meaning and purpose just through the coaching process is amazing. It's not about me. I mean, it's just about being a conduit and a place to walk beside somebody and reflect and help them to connect to their power.
And do you do so all these you do a lot of one-on-ones and they're online, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I will do if somebody's local because I work with people all around the country, and so I do a lot of my work. Most of my work is through Zoom, but locally, if somebody wanted to do a walking meeting, I'm happy to do that, right? So it's really just about what the preference is
Mm.
and how, the logistics if that works out, but
And I
most of it is Zoom.
and I remember that you love healthy cooking and you have so it's a combination of exercise, nutrition, correct? Your program.
Yes. So in my world, it's all about the key what they call the modifiable personal lifestyle factors, right? And so there are five key ones that I was trained on, and actually a sixth one, which is environmental toxins. But you have number one, sleep and relaxation. Second one is exercise and movement. Third, you have nutrition, which I always say it's the big kahuna. You can get everything else right, but if you don't get nutrition right, forget it. The fourth is stress management and building resiliency. And everybody's got the stress monster in their lives, right? It's all about how do you manage that and how do you respond to that and build your resiliency. And then the fifth is relationships and community. And all of these modifiable personal lifestyle factors, just small changes, and even one small change in these can ignite a positive cascade of, oh my gosh, to just start to right the ship of what I call like a tired, bloated, brain fog ridden, energy depleted human. It could work so much. The body is amazing. I have these criticisms, and another one of them is the body is the most amazing technological marvel ever. We kick its butt every day. We really put it through the ringer. And if we just, take small steps and make small changes, it is amazing what it can do. We all know how we feel if we don't get a great night's sleep, right? Or even a
Yes.
good night's sleep. We know we don't feel great. And so think about that, across all of those different lifestyle factors. And yes, you're right. I do love to play in the food space. Um, Food is so powerful. In my world, food is not just energy, right? It's not just calories. I'm not even a calorie counter believer, whatever. It's not just energy. It is information for your cells. It is connection with people that you love, with yourself. It's beautiful. It's medicine, and it is just super, super powerful. And I think the artist in me I have this very much left brain, right brain artist, analytical sort of business
Like
person.
me, yes.
And and the artist in me loves to I find that one of my top character strengths is appreciation of beauty and excellence. And I love creating healthful meals that are beautiful.
Mhm. And you're doing a show. You're doing a show, right? Right now, you're organizing something related to that,
Well,
correct?
yes, I'm going to start. I've done segments on cooking segments, and so through my podcast, I'm working on a project that will include some of that. So, yeah, stay tuned on that.
Ah, that's gonna be it's coming
Yeah, but I
next.
have
Coming next.
coming next, and I have I put together. It was actually published in Integrative Practitioner magazine, which is for practitioners. And I put together and I tout a lot what's called my Healthy Eating Happy You Power Principles. And because I'm not such a fan of diets. I mean, every now and again, I do an elimination diet twice a year just to sort of reset, but diets are short term. It's really about how do you create a lifelong strategy to support you to feel your best through food, right? And so I have these 10, what I call my power principles. And number one starts with eat real food,
Mm.
real, clean, quality, mostly whole, mostly unprocessed, mostly organic food. And just that, getting rid of those ultra processed foods on a very consistent basis, just that can go a long way because if you think about diets, they're short term. It's not sustainable for lifetime, right? You have to find a way to, eat to support you for life. It's a lifelong journey. And one of my power principles is also no deprivation zone, right? So what does that mean? That means that we're humans, we're not perfect, right? My birthday's tomorrow. I'm going to have the cake.
Of course, of
But I
course.
will make sure it's the best cake that I can create or find, right? The best quality ingredients, no artificial chemicals, right? It's going to be the best quality it can be.
Wow, I want a little piece of that too. So, wow, that's incredible. And going back, you made me think uh, about sleep. My son is 20 years old and he's like, Mom, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. I'm gonna take melatonin. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I never really had to take anything in my life, thank God, to sleep. I never had any issues. But you probably have some clients who have issues sleeping. And what do you suggest? What do you, um, one tip that you can give
So
to
there's
whoever?
plenty of tips out there.
Yeah.
And it starts with, I always tell my clients that, when we talk about sleep, romance your cocoon. Create your sleeping cocoon. I don't care who you're sleeping with, but create your cocoon for you and romance your sleep, right? Like make sure your bedroom is comfortable and your bed is comfortable. And one of the tips is lower that temperature. We sleep better. And I tend to be so cold, more cold and always want to be warmer. So it was hard for me to start lowering the temperature at night, but I lower that temperature and it is amazing. It's a great hack. Also, you want to close the kitchen 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep. You want to really, allow your body not to be focused on digestion before sleep, but focused on repairing and restoration, because that's what it's doing. While you're sleeping, it's working. It's, repairing all the stuff you did to it all day long. And then, you want to avoid all the stimulation, negative things. Sometimes people are watching the news up until they're on their computers, they're on their iPhones, they're getting all of that stimulation. And some of us are more sensitive to other than others. We're all different. And so it's really just a matter of really knowing yourself and what would support you. Like I have my routine that I love. I love to take a hot bath at night, my magnesium salts. I love that. That's just part of my routine. um, Helps me unwind and I maybe read a little bit. Otherwise, I fall asleep too fast.
And
But
do you do any meditation or breathing exercises or only when you need to?
I
Maybe.
do. And as I call myself a type AAA personality. Um, I found that just, long meditations were tough for me. So I've really leaned into just more active meditations. And so for me, what works for me right now, is every morning I go outside and, after I get up, I go outside, I take the dogs out while they're running around, the backyard and just, exploring nature. I take some time to just breathe and ground. And I do yoga stretches and a little bit of, yoga poses. And I do my gratitude practice. And I think about the things that I'm grateful for. And so that is my active meditation time. And it doesn't take a long time, but it just reconnects me with sort of, and I think about what I'm going to do that day. Yeah.
That's
Send
wonderful.
love to people. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And so over, so it's an all-around program. You basically take care of um, their entire body, mind, and soul. Correct?
Yes, I have a program. So if you wanted to sign up with me to do like a 12-week program, that would be sort of a mix of a master class meets coaching, right? Where a part of it would be about education and sharing, a very, go through very methodically all of these different modifiable personal lifestyle factors, go through your character strengths, do some, exercises around connecting to your power, all of those things. I have that. Most people opt for just coaching, whatever their unique opportunity is, where they want to go, right? And I am there to support them and guide them and help them become their healthiest, happiest expression of themselves
That's
and
wonderful.
make changes. Like I just heard from a client yesterday, it was so powerful. It's so wonderful to get these texts from somebody that says, I just went to my doctor, and for the first time since 2020, my pressure is in the normal range.
Um, that's that's
I
nice.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
walked
you helped.
alongside.
You
I
helped.
walk alongside her, and she did it. She connected to her power. She's really, amazing. And everybody has that opportunity. We all have unique strengths. We all have innate power. And it's just about accessing that and accessing our vision for what we want, our why, for what we want our health for. And if we can connect to that, that's sustainable, it's longer term, it doesn't go away. You just have to reconnect every now and again. We often look at our budgets, right? We look at our budgets through business or through personal. We look at things, right? Once a year or something. When do you ever take a 30,000-foot view of your health? Who's taking a step back and looking at their health?
Not many people, unfortunately.
It's
Until
very
it's
rare.
until
Yeah,
it's maybe too late sometimes, or not too late, but it's when all the chronic diseases sometimes they build up, and instead,
yeah.
if you talk to Christine on time. And how long are it depends, right? It depends on your client. It could be the minimum is how long your program?
Uh, how long in terms of length?
Yes, in terms of length or when
It's
you can
very
see.
customizable. I
Yeah.
always recommend 12 weeks at least because, oftentimes I do weekly sessions with clients for 3 months because that is kind of a sweet spot for behavior change. And then after that, monthly check-ins. So that's typically how my clients work.
Mm.
And then the sessions are, I like an hour sessions. I don't like to do less than that, but if somebody's super, super time starved, I will do shorter sessions,
Mm.
20, 30 minutes. But I like hours for
Yes.
my clients to really get into it.
Well, Christine, this is wonderful. I wish I had more time. Unfortunately, we have to start saying goodbye, but I hope to see you again. I want to know how everything is going with all your different endeavors, and well, for everyone watching this live or this interview, her contact information is down below the video. And Christine, thank you so much for being here with us. And until next time, ciao.
Yes, and thank you, Moni C. You are the great connector, and I really appreciate the opportunity to connect with you.
Until next time, Christine. Ciao.